Hello, I'm Munam Nikki Love, aka your African Indigenous Traditional Healer. And we have our special guest once again, our brother God
Kasalu.
Kasalu.
Yeah, y'all got Mr. God Kasalu
Yeah.
checking in with Miss Nikki, man. You know what I mean?
See,
Y'all gonna
see?
get all this indigenous love and spirituality.
All right, welcome
How
to
y'all
Spirit
doing?
Talks,
That's right, that's right. And financial blessings. Spirit talking financial blessings.
financial blessings.
That's
That's right.
right. You got your hosts, Miss Lovely Nikki, you know what I'm saying, Miss Love. And then you got God
No,
Kasalu.
no, no, it's Wunam. Get it right.
Okay, Wunam. I'm so
Wunam.
sorry, you know what I'm saying, and Mr. God Kasalu and everybody. So y'all have understanding how to approach it. This is the Wunam, the lady of Wunam, you know what I mean? So y'all gotta address it that
You
and
know
all.
what? You know what it means. Stop
Of,
playing.
of, of course, I know what it means. I
Yeah,
know the
all
spiritual meaning of you and the essence that you bring to this thing. So I appreciate everything and the wisdom that you bring and the platform. You know what I'm saying? You give me an opportunity to not focus on whatever going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? And then do some other stuff, put books out, and just actually get back out here. So I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
right.
I got that love of you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
that wound I'm love, y'all.
That's right. That's right, y'all. Know what it is. Well, we've been getting a lot of inboxes, a lot of people calling, a lot of people emailing, and they're asking questions about the class.
Okay.
You got a lot of people who bought your book who's ready. So tell the people where we're going, what we're going to do, and how we're going to do it.
For y'all buying the book and then ready to do the class, like I said, I wanted some actual curriculum that no one else had. So what Miss Nikki has in her lap today is the actual Bank of Elite study guide that we're going to do and follow. Over 70 pages of work curriculum about business expense, lifestyle living, owning nothing, controlling everything. And then also, you know, how to structure business so that we can come back and get funding. So that way I can just stay true to what I was saying. When you get into the class, there's nothing else for you to pay for when it comes to curriculum, that part, because I'm going to provide that free for you. I appreciate y'all patience while we get the curriculum together. We get the school class and the Discord together. And everybody who bought a book, you're already in the class. So, and we're waiting on to send out maybe 14 more books, but we already got a couple of thousand books being ordered, so they should be here this week. And as soon as
Okay.
they get in, they're going right in the mail overnight, just like everybody else book.
And we're going to do a orientation. Chris brought this up as well, good
Okay.
on a Zoom.
Okay.
So we're going to have our first orientation on Zoom,
Okay.
and we'll let everybody know. I'll send you the link, and
Okay.
then they can meet us on Zoom for the
Right.
people who bought the
That's
book
what I
already.
wanted to do, because see, from Zoom we'll transform into the school. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
We can start off with
On the
Zoom and getting the
orientation,
orientation.
right?
Yeah, the orientation,
Right.
everybody getting to know each other. And seeing what I'm doing. Like I say, the stuff that we're studying is not gonna be out there. I'm not giving you no Jane Doe YouTube stuff and curriculum to study. I'm actually gonna give you things from the law firm that actually work. But it's articulated so that you don't have to be a lawyer to understand it.
Okay. Now, for everybody who already bought the book, we have the study guide right here, as he mentioned, right? And you're gonna have an option to download it. And
Right. That's what I was asking. I wanted
okay,
people to tell me some people would prefer to have it in a digital downloadable form. If that's okay, I don't mind giving it to you like that. If some people would like to have it sent off and wrote to them, I don't mind either. My suggestion was if I give you a book or I write a book and you want the book, it's best to get it in hard form because you're gonna want this as a instant go to when you're in a position where you need to know what you need to know and reference it without pulling up your phone. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say some people can get the book. But if you want this study guide that's going to be provided to the book and class members for free for joining the group, you can either have it in the digital download tonight. After the end of this live, Miss Nikki and Mr. Baba will have it in their possession to give to you on a PDF form to download. If you don't want it in the download form, you can request it, and then that way we can get it out of the mail to you in the next couple of days. But you will be getting this guide. You need this guide to actually be able to curriculum with us in the classroom.
this is the study guide family, okay?
Correct, correct.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna put you in the point because a lot of people want to know processes. They
Right.
want to know structure. They want to know what's going on. You know what I mean? But I can't just throw you and give you steak. I got to give you oatmeal. So it's best for me to feed my arm before I charge them. So that's why I say you don't need the money to come in no group. I don't need no money from you. I already wrote a $200 book. Y'all have out blasted support for that. So all I need to do now is put you guys together so that we can study together. And that's what we're finna do on this new platform, whether it be school and Discord. But we're finna have a platform where you can get this curriculum without it being costing you an arm and a leg.
All right, we got a lot of people coming through. You got some
I
questions?
appreciate that,
got
man.
Some questions?
Listen, they did that thing. It's 102,000 views. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time on social media. Y'all doing what y'all doing and putting that thing out there. The first time it wasn't like that. I did 128,000 copies of my book in the first 3 weeks, and now to come back and now attribute to the accolades of being known for it is okay. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because at first I got the financial part of it, and I had a chance to enjoy that, and then now I'm able to do it with you guys, and it don't have to cost you what it cost me to learn what I learned.
He'll start now, y'all. You can't tell him no. He'll start.
Man,
People stopping him at the store.
And listen, I told you don't make me blush. You put 10 pounds on my cheeks and shit on the camera. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We can't do
That's
that.
okay.
But they just starting to notice me. That's why I say I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? The young lady said she had seen my TikTok before she came in, and I couldn't have did that. That was because of you guys were actually taking the information and spreading it because of the truth that it had resonated with you guys. So we appreciate you for that. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, do we have any questions, Mr. Dinkler? Okay. So in the meantime, I want to read the study guide, just the front page, y'all. And it's important that you get the study guide because it's going to help you with the book. Okay.
Right. You're gonna be able to grasp what I'm talking about here. Everybody that has this book understand word assimilation. And then you want to get to a point where you're like, look, I need the execution of that. I need the action of that. How can I make sure I retain the knowledge that I had in your book? Because you're great at keeping knowledge, but you also want to have it where you can go back to and sharpen your irons. And that's that book right there. That's going to make sure you sharpen your irons. And then when you get to a point, you say, hey, man, I'm ready to fly out, execute everything that I've learned. With those two books, you're already in the game. The execution of the knowledge learned, I'm going to pass to you in White Paper Paper Ink, Black Ink Part 2. And that's another book we have. So everybody is going to be able to get it, learn at the stages they want to learn at, and learn in the speeds they want to learn at. I just suggest that you get this book here first, because this is the book that's going to help you articulate and then have a conversation with us. This study guide is going to be definitely one that's free for everybody that join our class, because we don't want to study what's in everybody's Telegram or their Clubhouse group or any other person. I'm not knocking no gurus or any teachers out there. But this right here you don't have because it was given to us by the law firm and then articulated so that the normal people can have it and then understand it and have a way to execute it and retain the knowledge. So that's what that book Miss Nikki has in her hand does.
Okay.
You can go to www.godkasalu.com. It's right at the top of the page, right above the plants on your screen.
And it says the Bank of Elites White Paper Black Ink Study Guide.
Correct.
Okay. Now, just to touch on it a little bit, family, it says like-minded free action individuals controlling corporations.
See, that's what I want us to do. I got you right there, baby. You're going to be transformed into like-minded free action individuals who control corporations. That's all I need from us. I need us because we're like-minded individuals joining together on the same mission for attack the financial industry. But we're controlling corporations that allow us to get in that system, get in there and get out without it being us smelling like the fire that we went through. I promise you what we're actually embarking on is going to change not only your life, but also the lives of the people that's in your family. So what I'm telling you to do is become a free action thinking individual and control a corporation and use that corporation to go to the bank.
Okay. All right. So you basically said all this, right?
Right. It's a lesson on you. Yeah.
Okay. No, it's okay, but they need it because it's important. A lot of people had so many questions, and now that a lot of people got the book, they want, they got all these questions. Right. So I think the study guide is perfect for what we got going on. Right.
Because in the group you'll be able to dive into it. I dropped the book back in 2018, and as you know, it didn't come with a study guide. That's why I say the people who actually were rocking with me actually rock with me on the strength because it didn't come with a study guide. They actually just took the book and was able to gain on their own and study what they were studying on their own. I didn't offer assistance or anything because that wasn't my place at the time. I was still trying to make sure that I was a great person to my wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now this book is going to help everybody who's already started and who's beginning their journey of White Paper Black Ink. Because this is what I needed to know. This is going to help them retain the knowledge.
Yeah, and they need it because a lot of people got questions.
And it's from the Bank of Elites. Let me give you a system of a test. One of the chapters in here. Let's go to chapter 5. We got answer keys, blog.
Hi.
And what did it try to say?
So this says chapter 6, white collar crime and the business of getting away with it.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah,
see y'all not doing it there. I'm finna put y'all on there. Y'all see what we're finna study. white collar crime and the business of getting away with it. Because see, I don't need you to know nothing except for the art of the businesses. And once you learn the art of the business and what it is, then we can do it the right way. I'm going to teach you everything they're talking about the wrong way so that you can do it the right way. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to figure it out and get it right. I'm doing it because I can't get it wrong. These are chapters that I tell you ain't nowhere else. So when I tell you in this Bank of Elite book, this study group that we're creating, ain't nobody else going to be able to study what we study or get the results that we're getting, because nobody's going to produce the things that we're producing. If you go on my page, you're going to see the cars. You're going to see the assets. That's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the liquor collections. I'm going to show you the money. I'm going to show you whatever you want to see to let you know I'm proven to do what I'm talking about. And all you have to do to be like me is grab these type of books that we're producing. Because this book is not only going to change your life, it's going to change the way you think. You need to know how to get away with what you're doing. You don't need nobody telling you what to do. You need an advisor, not a lawyer. You don't need an attorney. You needed to be actually given the information to study so that you know you can make the decision for your family to execute on it. You don't need nobody leading you nowhere. I'm giving you that opportunity by producing all the books that I'm producing because there is nothing else to study. I didn't learn this off on YouTube. There was no mentor for me or no guru. Only mentor for me was Uncle Sam. And I can give Mr. Woodward. I can give C.W. Woodward, Lamont Woodford. If anybody know his name, that was the person that mentored me and grabbed me and made me his fiduciary accountant. And then he was the one who showed me my bond situation.
What's his name again?
And they call him C.W. His name Lamont.
Lamont?
Yeah, Mr.
Okay.
Woodward. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so he taught you, or he's your mentor.
Yeah. He's the person that actually brought me out and was like, look, you do this? I said, yeah. He said, well, I do this. I said, well, look, that link.
Okay.
And his thing was offsetting tax debts. He had a service that he was offsetting people's tax debt. If you had a tax problem, he knew how to offset it and make sure that it was clear with Uncle Sam. And if you didn't owe Uncle Sam, he'll make sure that you get your business and your life expenses back.
Oh,
that's what I was saying. Oh, okay. And he showed me what I was showed, and then he in the end, he didn't want me to learn no more. But
really?
Yeah. Because sometimes people, I play street very well. So they don't think I'm as smart. And then when you find out I am as smart as I am, they want to kind of retain the knowledge. And I can say he retained the knowledge by saying at the end of our interview, he grabbed 1,500 pieces of paper and shuffled them up and threw them in the air and put them back together for me. And that was my book. I had to decipher that.
Really?
Yeah, that's what took me 3 years to learn for Uncle Sam to get the taxes paid, because I didn't have no. The book didn't have no 1, 2, 3 or no numbers at the top.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I had to read and articulate things and put them in a sentence so that they can make sense. You know what I'm saying? And it took me almost 3 years to do that.
Okay. So he threw the papers and you had to get them all back together.
Yeah. Because he said ain't nobody gonna outstudy him. You know what I'm saying? Me and him got into a little disagreement and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
he said ain't nobody gonna outstudy him.
Yeah. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still at the time in the street, so my hood presentation was stronger than my corporate presentation. Yeah.
Right.
So he worked with me, and I appreciate you, Lamont, because what you did was set me on the path where the creator and the spirits back home in Africa gave me the revelations that I needed to have. And they wouldn't have never been able to give me that if you wouldn't have gave me the seed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Is he still around?
Yeah, he's still around.
He's older, right?
Yeah, he's an older guy. Like I say, I wouldn't know how to do that. That's the only person that I could say put me on what I'm doing when it came to the bond. My hustle was living off of the tax credit. Filing receipts every 21 days, getting the money back every 45 days. That was my game rule.
Okay.
Right. I didn't know nothing about that part of the bond. Sovereignty. I ain't know nothing about none of that.
You didn't know that?
I ain't know nothing about none of that.
Okay.
I didn't even know about the birth bond, the accused, none of that. I had to know the more.
So he taught you all of that.
Listen, when he came, it just came with a plethora of information.
Okay.
And I just had to make sure that the spirits at home made sure they discerned it, because I couldn't tell if man was lying to me.
Right. So you had to put a spirit on that.
Yeah. You had to have a praying lady with you, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. I had to do that.
Okay.
Do you have to have a business?
No, you don't have to have a business, but you just need to be business minded to go in the bank to get the money. You can do it in your personal way, but you wouldn't be able to recoup the expenses that you're going to get. So if you're personal, you'll be putting yourself in debt. I suggest you do an S or C corporation and try to start off like that. And get into the game so that you can do the business. It don't have to be a place where you got a inventory and a store and all that. You just need to make the structure of the business look real on paper.
Okay, all right. Any more questions?
But yeah, Yeah, that
All
was
right,
that was
so
basically what it was.
pretty much everybody's excited. Tell the people what they have to look forward to.
Um, shoot, for the last 20 years, I haven't had a bill in my name. I haven't had to pay a bill. All my life it's been business expense lifestyle living. So
So
nothing.
no bills in your name.
Nah. Even when the
Nothing.
bill come and I have to get it to my name, I send
Uh-huh.
a letter by proxy to get the bill out of my name so I don't have to make no fake paperwork.
All right, tell the people
Right,
what's a
right.
letter by proxy.
That means it's appointed by a firm and been validated, them like a notary or certified. So they don't have to
Okay.
put the business in my name. My name, anything with the business, they attributed it to the business as a whole,
Okay.
according to the EIN. But those are the type of letters that my wife's law firm was putting out.
Okay.
Asset management.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Asset management.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just protected me,
Yeah.
I was the asset. We don't manage assets, we manage people because they are the asset for the lifestyle they want to live.
Right.
That was her motto.
Okay.
She wanted people to know that, change your mindset to become manageable,
Okay.
become teachable. And the only way that you can do that is you accept that the small purchases, box of drawers, maxi pad, panties and drawers could be recouped before you all start thinking about trying to offset a bill, a telephone, or a house or a car note.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to accept that I can save my receipt for the little socks I got, but trying to pay for the whole note I got.
Right.
So it was
Right.
a mindset change that we was getting the people to learn and study.
Okay. Okay. That was smart.
Yeah, if y'all got a question, put your
Put them in the
question in the
chat.
chat because we're gonna answer any question that you have today, and make sure that you get the answer that you need.
They got some more questions in there.
But
Okay.
you
All right. So let's keep it moving. So the people. This is new day and new time. It's 2025. A lot of people are waking up. If you go on TikTok, all you see is 15 USC 16.99. This 69. Get you a car. Do this and you'll get a car. Get you a corporate car. All of this. They tell you how people talk too much, right? So
that shit ain't true though.
tell them people.
That shit ain't true, man. Y'all know that.
And some people gonna fight you. Go like, because I did this.
That's regurgitated vomit. It only sounds good to those with itching ears, man.
Okay. Okay.
The two things you want to know: who you are and who to trust. Then when you figure that out, there's only two things you need to be after that: setting up the corporation and then set up your estate. You want to set up the corporation to get the assets. The first thing you want to do is know about there is corporate funding, and then there is the truth in the being a bond that your name is attached to your accuser that's worth multi-million dollars. It ain't no money in that situation. It's only the leverage of the possession of that bond to get credit. Now, if you use a corporation, you're going to be able to get credit right off the jump. And that's what I kind of like tell people, kind of guiding them in to do. Let's build a corporation, get the corporation some credit so that the corporation can get the credit to pay for the things that you're trying to attribute to now. Because you shouldn't be trying to pay for them while you're trying to learn.
Right. Right.
Okay. Respective one says, if I start a C corporation and I have a personal and I have a personally, or if I start a C corporation, I have it personally, and I put the card in a C corporation name.
Yes, you can. That's what's important about having a letter by proxy. You want to that letter by proxy will not only make you straight, but that's the letter that you send to your mortgage people and your dealership people who you got the lace, TD Auto Finance, Chase. You send them that. That gives them the authorization to take it out of your name and put it in your business name now. Because at first they wouldn't have been able to do that. You have to have a lawyer draft a document to make them do that because see, right now in your name they got you pledged for the debt. So in order for the mortgage or the leasing or the auto finance people to take it out of there, they got to be damn near demanded by a letter or a law firm drafted saying take it out of his name. It got to go to the business. And the only reference you should say is I need it in my business name for tax related purposes only.
Okay. All right. Any more questions?
And then for the bond, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say go ahead.
I'm gonna say for the bond people, it is real. It's just not at the Vital Records Department. For me, CW, he was actually took me down there, and when he went in like a lawyer, and he was there as in presenting me, but representing my estate. So he was my executor first.
Okay.
And what he asked for was the exemplification from record from the Vital Records Department. They ended up giving us an envelope that we took to the Security Exchange Commission where the bond is held in order to go forward with the process, because there was still 3 court dates that was issued after I got the bond. Now that's one part. The other part is me using corporations to get funding to live the lifestyle I want to live. And that's what with the corporations, I just make sure it's an SOC. If I'm doing an S, that means that I got business partners vested with me. If I'm doing a C, then that means it's all on my own terms.
Okay.
That's the difference between those two. I use them commingly trying to do business so that I have one to get the assets and the other one to leverage and get credit cards and charge cards because they see that I got the bond that's worth this astronomical figure.
All right, so for the new people in here, because I feel like there's some new people in here. I see some new people. Okay, tell them again the S corp and the C corp. Tell them.
You know, I only do the C corp when I'm by myself.
Okay.
S corp if I'm doing business with somebody. So that's what we was getting in the beginning. We're like-minded individuals. See, we think the same, but we're controlling free action corporations, meaning we use corporations to do business. So when I go out with Ms. Nikki, she's out on Wunam. I'm out as Gar Salu as the business. So that whoever we fighting to get the receipt, because whoever get the receipts is actually gonna get the recoup back in the form of a tax credit, because this is a business lunch. That's how I live. So for the last 20 years, every expense been a business expense because I keep the receipts. I turn them in every 21 days and get the money recouped every 45 days. If I have an asset like a car or a home that I need to be paid off because I'm not going to be paying a note, which I'm not, I'm going to put that on the tax form before I get to H&R Block. On the account number, round number, the W-9, I'm going to put that all on Visa, MasterCard, or the mortgager. I'm going to put that on the auto person deed. I'm going to put their name on that tax form. So I can say I'm sending them the credit. They release the title or load of your debt, the warranty deed to me now, and I transfer that from the corporation to a trust because now it's time to protect it. It's been offset. There's nobody chasing me. After the trust for 6 months, then it goes into the estate. That lasts in my family name for the next 99 years. That's when the word discharge is used because now it's discharged from the public record and you can use it for the next 99 years, not in commerce, but not for hire with a US DOT number.
And is all of this in your book?
Yeah, I talk about everything, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's see, which book? I got a lot of.
Yeah,
look, in this book, it's called Traveling versus Driving, Department of Transportation. I speak on this because, see, I'm only speaking on what I was able to do and confirm myself. I'm not telling you what I saw on TV because I never really watched TV. I'm not telling you what a guru or somebody else said I even paid for because I never did that. I never done that. I was just blessed with know what I know because I started out at a different age with that money to get me in rooms and circles that I need to be in.
Let's go back. Traveling versus driving.
Right. Those are terms, you know, word assimilation. That's why you want to come up and you see the videos of people talking, oh, I'm traveling. It don't work because your car is still with the DMV.
Right.
If you were traveling, you would be with your car would be with the Department of Transportation, not hired with a DOT number on it.
Okay.
But since you got a DMV tag, you got to have insurance and you got to have a license because that's what it takes to operate this vehicle. That's why the officer come up and say, whose vehicle is this? I tell them, oh, this ain't no vehicle, this is an automobile. All declassified by the Department of Transportation. This is a horse and carriage, sir. Right. Well, how many passengers you got? These ain't passengers. These are my guests, my family members. Those you don't have right to question under the DOT. Now, if we was under the DMV, you could question them and everything. But see, I'm operating a different entity. I'm operating under the DOT status. And they are not pulling over Mercedes-Benz. They're pulling over tractor trailers and 24 box trucks. You know what I mean?
Hurry up. That's why you need to give me that phone and you use that other phone. Because we got, well, in the meantime, did you hear about, while you waiting for that, real quick, you heard about Trump today making a law where they can't lock you up for not having your license.
Right. A lot of the stuff Trump doing is for the business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, us as people got to understand, like, hey, man, when we going to get our feelings out of politics and let these folks handle business and we can come in and charge them or recoup from them for them not handling business.
Right.
I told you in the book, voting ain't going to get you what you need to do. You know the way to tap these people's pockets is actually so that you control voters or you can raise campaign funds. They're the only two reasons you're going to get the politicians' attention. Now, as far as what Trump's doing, he's going to regulate some things that's going to make the economy for the world look better in the long run. What you should be doing is worrying about the short term.
So you agree. See, I said the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing it for the long run.
It's a long-term thing when it comes to business.
Right. Okay. What's the question?
Definitely not Department of Treasury. Don't believe that shit. Y'all jamming up the folks mail room with that. I don't know what Google telling y'all to send it into the. You got a Department of Treasury account. No, the hell you don't. I ain't even had one when I started out, so I know you ain't got one. In my process, I got completed. There is nothing. You send receipts to Uncle Sam. These are called proofs of purchases. They don't go nowhere else. Who you turn them into? His watchdogs. There are only 2 watchdogs for Uncle Sam in the United States, and they have commercials backed by him. Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block. That's who you take your receipts to. That's who you take your sandwich to, so they can send it to Uncle Sam as a validated expense, and he can send it back to them, and you can get it in the form of a tax credit or recoupment. You do not take it to the Department of Treasury. So for once, anybody who says send anything to the Department of Treasury because you got a Department of Treasury discharge account, bond account, is all a lie. Stop sending them people your bills. They're not gonna pay your AT&T bills. The only person that's gonna pay that is Uncle Sam if he think your AT&T bill is associated with your business. But you can't have it associated with your business if he all said in one bill. You need 14 lines, 10 lines, 5 lines.
Right.
Make the expense seem valid.
Right.
So no, you don't send nothing to the Treasury Department. And I'm sorry to disappoint y'all.
You heard what he said, Jackson Hewlett or H&R Block. So let me ask you a question. You said 21 days, every 21 days.
Yeah, every 21 days I file as a business expense.
So how are they open, or how do you do that?
I make sure that I take all my receipts, my tax forms and everything, because I don't have to know the tax form. It's 2,100 tax forms, 230 some old tax forms in crypto. I don't know all that. I don't even want to start learning that shit, and you shouldn't either, because that's what make it tedious. What you need to do is validate that H&R Block and Jackson. You already know them 2,100 forms. Take your accountability already itemized.
Okay.
Go in there like you don't know the business and let them people got to do their job.
Right.
Because once you go in there acting like you know, then that gives them a reason not to even do no extra shit. You need to act like you don't know, so that when you act stupid, you'll be learning everything they're doing.
Right.
So when they do it the right way the first time, it get you out of shit. You need to act like you don't know, so that when you act stupid, you'll be learning everything they're doing.
Right.
So when they do it the right way the first time, it get you out there.
Can y'all open the door? He's probably outside. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now when they go, hold on, y'all. He's coming.
Brother.
He's coming. Okay. So when they do these forms, are you saying they have to do it? Because I know somebody got this question. They got to do this during tax time, or they can go.
No. Tax time is in the reporting time. You got to be in compliance with taxes.
So H&R Block is open all year round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody else who's a consumer or worker, you go once a year. That means this is how the commercial come on. The commercial come on with a butler sitting on top of $1 billion on a yacht. On the yacht in the ocean, the money is flying away. He looks at the camera and say, "You missed all these tax credits, but come on down to H&R Block. We can get you a tax refund." And nobody ever catches that. You missed all this money. You saw him blowing money away. But the idea was that was a different type of legal tender. He said tax credits. You missed that because you didn't have no receipts to turn in. But don't worry about all that. You's a worker. You's a slave. Come on down here, let us get you a tax refund. Because you worked for the money and got taxed first, and then they're going to refund you for working. Why don't nobody file every 21 days? It's not impossible. That's what you do when you get employment. When you first get a job and fill out the application, you got to put what they call a week in a hole?
A week in a hole.
That's 7 days. Then you got to get paid what? Every 2 weeks. So that means you got another 14 days to put in the hole. That's 14 plus 7 is what? 21. And at 21 days, the employee, he filed you as a worker for 21 days, and Uncle Sam shoot that money back for him to have the money to pay you as an employee.
Oh, that's slick.
Oh, no, that's business.
Slick.
That's business. That's pimping. That's what you call hiring.
So they've been pimping us for a long time.
Yeah, they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to pimp those who are ignorant of the word because they don't want to read the book. They want to watch a picture. But it ain't that we don't read. They're giving us the wrong information to read, family. We read everything. We don't care about pictures. We don't care how you get it to us. Audio, pictures, it don't matter. In Braille, we're going to read it. I'm just saying, man, they've been giving us the wrong information. And now that you see behind me on the desk is more than 9 manuals of things that I know the information you need because it's the information that freed me. I don't have to worry about being a freedom chaser. Freedom is 2 words. To be free and then dominate. That's why it's freedom. I want free. Because after being free, there's no other word to add to that except for you do yourself, please. So I want free. Give us free.
Y'all want free too. Y'all know it. Y'all hitting all these hearts up here. All right, next question is, the data furnished can fix the report, but still have to balance out the personal debt before can unplug, before you
Right. He's correct. A data furnishing, it clears out everything. But what I tell people is to go in before you do the data furnishing and actually get the inaccuracies corrected. That means actually calling them and telling them, hey, man, I don't want to dispute, but I want to go ahead and accurately take off my name and charge my name to my credit report because your name on your credit report is maybe 5 different variations. You ever notice when you fill out your application or somebody else fill it out, they write it different. They write how they think your name is spelled. So that's what means when you go to the credit report and you got 5 variations in your name. It may say Nikki Love, then it say Love Nikki. Then it say L Nikki Love on it. These are variations. But if you tell the credit report, hey, I don't want to argue or cause a dispute. I just need that removed because according to your white paper black ink, I only supposed to have one name on my credit report, and that's what matches my government ID.
So when they put all them names on it,
you got to get that off. And then the next inaccuracy is your addresses. When they say you got 19 addresses, I say, yeah, I know, I lived at all of them. But your report says that I only supposed to have a previous occurrence. That's 2. I'll wait while you remove those off. You get 8 to 14 points per removal. See, we address the inaccuracies first. Because these inaccuracies are the same thing that link in your report. So after you do data furniture or some type of correction, it should come back in the money. Because you still haven't changed the name, the address, or the phone number associated with the application that was filed in the beginning.
Okay. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard it? Because a lot of people don't know that.
All right. Well, you're going to know it today because we're going to make sure you get that work.
He said you're going to know it today.
Right.
Y'all will know it today.
We're on here being free. That's why we are. I'm trying to establish it where I don't know how to hold it back. I'm not a gatekeeper. No matter what you ask me, I'm gonna tell it to you anyway, just to get the blood off my hand. So I'm gonna tell you the truth anyway. So we don't have to worry about nobody saying, "Oh, we're gonna do this." Nah, whatever you have to ask me, fam. The only dumb question is one you don't ask.
All right, we got another question. Have charge-offs on your personal credit or have a good credit score? Will that affect corporation?
No, you want to utilize your good credit score against the corporation. Charges off is nothing. You got to think about it. A corporation can't have bad credit, bad warrants and background because you just made it last night. The only thing you got to be worried about with a business score is your payday score. That's done at Bradstreet. Your personal score can be attached and attributed to it, but I don't schedule people to do personal guarantors unless they want to do it and they have a high enough score. So after 6 months, we take them off the PG side and let the business, because I only structure corporation for credit. If you're going to build a shelf corporation or start a shelf corporation and you need one and you got good credit, of course I would say go ahead and PG it to get it off the ground because it's just starting. But 24 months and older are the corporations that get funded by banks without you having to be a PG.
All right. Welcome, King Larry. How are you?
Big bro here, man. We'll give y'all a behind the scenes look, man. Y'all, the fashion and fly shit going on, man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga make mosquitoes take the day off when he outside. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Gotta get like Stan, man.
All right, y'all. He got jokes too, y'all. As y'all can see,
a little something, man. Like I say, the energy, man. You know what I'm saying? And the energy is what's gonna transpire. The same energy that y'all see us resonating on the screen, the same energy y'all will get when y'all deal with us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to be where we want to be with you.
Hold on. Shiva says, where do you download the digital workbook, family?
Shiva, if you want it in the digital form, just send a request to Miss Nikki and them page, and we'll make sure that we get it to you in the digital form. Because that's what I was asking. And if you want it in the digital form, I would love to send it to you in digital, and you can print it out. But you're going to want this book for yourself. And like I say, nobody else got these type of books because I created this curriculum just for us to study. That's why we got the Bank of Elite study guide here today. 69 pages of questions that haven't been regurgitated, processing. And then for those that need white paper part 2, I got white paper black ink part 2 with the plans and processes in red and everything so they can facilitate how to do it. And then I got a script, God, the ultra novel Bible, already finished. Adult workbooks for the kids and teens, for the adults. And y'all know what this is. I haven't had a chance to present this to a lot of people, but when I lost my wife and son, I was going through some things. So that's where this book come from. I wrote a letter to the devil. He wrote me back.
And that's the one that I say is going to make him a lot.
Yeah, that one right there going to throw some hands. And this one right here going to throw some hands too. You know what I'm saying? 300 pages. Influence, manipulate, confidence. That's why you got to have the audacity to pull this off. And you ain't going to be able to say I ain't left the light on for you. You're going to get this work.
Just full of information. You see that?
And we're going to be able to study this in our group. That's why I'm saying is the information is not there. And the chance is not now.
Come on, let's go back to the questions now. Can you fix relationship like American Express, am I right? AMEX?
Yeah.
What's AMEX?
American Express is just abbreviated.
Right?
American.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. American Express and other creditors after previously charged off.
Right. Okay, that's your question. After previously being charged off, can you can? Yes, because they've written the debt off. You just need to get on the other side and match what they've written off by filing the same charge off for the debt. But if it was me, I charged off the debt, I would accumulate the debt and then charge it off and file my 1099-C to match it, so that debt can be done and it's not on the book. So when I do go back, I do be able to present it and get American Express. But if you want to get American Express, go to Walmart and buy the American Express blue chip card, the reloadable card.
Yeah.
Fill it up with $100. They're gonna ask you for the social security number and give you an account and see your real card. Now you're already in the system approved for $100 prepaid. Then we go back later and then we get
wait, go back. Say that again. Say that again to the people. Because I did see those at Walmart before. So you take it, put $100 on it.
You got to put $100 on it. And that way that they can go on and have to run your credit to send you the actual hard card.
Okay.
And once they send you that, once they run your credit, your name, and give you the hard card for that $100, because they're gonna prove that card has already got the money on it. They're gonna send you that hard card, but in the midst of sending you hard card, they're gonna already pre-approve you if you for the request of being an American Express member. So then I would go back and then apply my business name, and then PG my business with my personal name so that I can ride on in there since I'm already in their system. And my business don't have a history with them of being bad, don't have no charge off or nothing. You want to get back in American Express, you jump back in the form of your business and then allow the personal to get the charge off cleared up and you can ride back on there. But you can clear up anybody's credit card business even if they did do a charge off. A charge off means a cancellation of debt. That means you need to file that with the IRS because they've already filed it.
They already filed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you got debt collectors coming after you. If you don't have debt collectors coming after you, then I'll offset the expense. I'll put it on the tax form.
Okay. All right. Shiva says, I have the white paper book. I was talking about the workbook that we will use in the book in class.
That'll be this book right here.
She was like, when she can get this book.
Yeah, that's the one you're gonna download.
Okay, that's the one she didn't hear you.
Okay, yeah. This is the one that you're gonna get for download, Queen. This one here, this one Miss Nikki gonna send to y'all. You send her your email through the DM. She's gonna have it. I think I have it. I was gonna do it at the office, but I wanted her to do it tonight so that during this live, anybody that wanted to download can get it. But you're actually gonna get this 69-page book for download for the group to study, and it's gonna skyrocket you on to the next path for being able to articulate the words and stuff I'm putting down.
Okay, Starlight says they supposed to send a 1099-C every year for the credit cards with AMEX or capital one?
Yeah, they do send a 1099-C. That's what I was saying. That's why you want to follow it with one too, because it shows charge off, meaning they are already filing one or in the process of filing one. But they don't do it once a month or once a year. They do that motherfucker every month if your ass fuck up and miss payment, and then they do it against you that next month. It's not once a year thing. It's done in the form of a default. So when a person default, they file it after they sell the debt. See, after they sell the debt, a broker or debt collector will get it. Then they go ahead and now it's out of their possession. They got lawful rights to file the 1099 cancellation of debt because they don't have it no more.
Okay. All right. Now, let me see. No Gravit says the rep keeps saying they can't remove because a creditor is still reporting old addresses.
Right. That's why I said in the beginning, get the inaccuracies off. The 19 addresses, you need to call the credit report places and knock them off before you even do anything. That's what's linking y'all credit reports to not getting clean. When y'all pay somebody to clean it, then they come back a month later, it's because that person had did something and not cleaned up the name inaccuracy. You got 4 or 5 names on there when the government says you only have one name. So use their paper against them and say that I only supposed to have one name, which is my government ID. Here is that. Now, before you do all this and send them your government ID, here is a disclaimer. Go to the DMV and tell them you need to change your driver license number. Once you change your driver license number, and they can just do this for free, change your driver license number and just tell them that you need a new number because this number is causing you hardship. It's been used in the fraud. You don't want that number. They're going to give you a new identity number. Once they get that new ID and you go and show that to Equifax or Experian, guess what they have now? That ID number is not associated with your application number. That address is not associated. That phone number is not associated. These are the things you have to correct before you do anything with your credit. So you need to just keep that in mind when you're actually cleaning your credit or paying somebody. Let me address the inaccuracies that come back before I even get somebody to trace my charge off. My charge off meaning they filed a 1099-C, and you need to come back, file the same thing. Once they get that debt that's on Cassandra, got theirs, that you get yours, that balance the book, then you can go ahead and charge again.
Okay, so now you have a car. They charge off the car, right? And what do they use? Like a 1099-C, right?
Yeah, they're to use 1099-C. That's a cancellation of the debt.
Right. So I could do the same thing.
You have to do the same thing to acknowledge that the debt has been canceled. You already know you ain't paid it.
Yeah.
Right. So do the same thing they would do on the behalf of your capital letter name. I'm gonna file a 1099-C because Uncle Sam got one in the system from them.
From them already.
I need to
right.
balance the book. So
Okay.
right now the book's offset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to balance by showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I acknowledge that. Now that we acknowledge that's squared away, because then now I got to show that tax form to the credit people. They got to remove that charge off on my credit.
Yeah. Okay, that's how. Okay.
All right. Now y'all got to take that off because see the charge off shouldn't even been showing no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat that with a tax form. You don't be going to. Do not go to these people on here who are telling y'all to go to identitytheft.gov and shit, file identity fraud claims. Don't do that. That shit don't work. You're just jamming up the people's system.
I ain't do that.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to do that.
Well,
I've seen that shit all across the internet.
I reported them
you want me
too.
to tell you how to clean up credit? Go to identity.gov. File this form. No, the hell you don't. That's why all that shit attached to your ass, because you got so much shit out here. I'm telling you, don't believe nothing except for which you can address yourself. Call the credit bureaus yourself and address these things. Phone number, address, name. Then from there, you can pay whoever you want to fix your credit because see, nothing should come back.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So I had years ago a car company, they did a charge off. So I reported them to the IRS.
Yeah, you reported them, but you don't report them. You have to file what they're filing for the debt. You can't report them for turning into your debt because it's your debt.
No. What I did is because they didn't tell me that they did that, right?
Right.
So they try to put a judgment on my credit, right?
Yeah.
So then I reported them.
Right. But see, you can report them then because then they got to take the little judgment and lien out. That was just a scare because you can't do that without filing a formal charge.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That what made them have to take it off. Okay, she called our bluff. Let's take it off.
Yeah.
Because we supposed to really go to court and file that and let her know that before we even play with her like that.
Right.
But since they didn't, you was saying, hey man, y'all got to do this, and they had to go on the back of off.
Yeah, they did.
Right. That's why I say with people, you have to challenge the inaccuracies first. Don't argue. Don't call and listen to the experienced lady. If she say, oh sure, you want to take these two names off? And you be like, yes, and she be like, okay, boo, let's start a dispute. Hell no, we're not starting a dispute. Dispute means default. Default means argue. I want to just use your white paper, black ink. Your paperwork says I only supposed to have one name on my credit report. Why I got 5? It's supposed to match my government ID. You have my ID already. I emailed it to you. I'll wait. You don't want to start a dispute? Hell no, because that take 30 days. I'll wait while you get on high and you remove this. That's 8 to 14 points per removal, and you ain't even had to cuss these people out. You didn't start a dispute. You don't do dispute because it automatically puts you in the 30 to 45-day thing.
Yep.
For investigation, and then they're going to hit you with some shit about we validated the account. How?
Yeah.
When the account was sold to a debt collector.
Right.
Right. So don't even listen to none of that, people. I'm finna let you know what you're going to do.
All right.
Don't argue. Starlight
says, what is your group so I can join?
It's gonna be called the Bank of Elites, King, and Queens. It's just gonna be a formal study book that I didn't want to release on Facebook because they weren't gonna control them correctly. Yeah. I didn't want to do it on YouTube because they won't control it. A lot of issues I'm having with my book printing is when I prime printers to print my book, they like to take stuff out of the book during the proofreading and things like that, and that's a just automatic process, and I don't like that. I like my book printed in it and printed how I wrote it. And so it can be issued to you how you see me talking to you. So you'll be able to articulate it and get the same thing and feel like I'm definitely giving you the truth. And that's the only issue. So right now, back up, getting the prints in, and we finna order the equipment and start making our own damn books.
Siggy, he's going to send it to me and then I'll make sure you get it. So DM me after the show, okay?
Everybody who wants the downloadable version of the workbook for the group, DM her so that we can get your email. If you bought the book, you shouldn't even worry about it because we're going to actually do that when we get to the office and DM that downloaded copy to everybody that was in the email roster for buying the book so that we don't miss a person. Okay.
Now, if LVNV secondary debt collectors suing you in civil court as a trademark removal?
Hey, listen, you should sue the hell out of LMV because them motherfuckers they're aggressive. Yeah, if you got a letter from them, go, and this is simple, go and copyright and trademark your name. Don't make your name no business. Don't believe that shit. Copyright and trademark your name and the fact that nobody cannot use it. And then once you get a letter of infraction or trespass from them with your capital letter name on it, you know you get to sue them for $10,000, and that's an automatic reward. Everybody beating the hell out of LMV, but they're so aggressive because they paid $7 for a $500 account. Why wouldn't they be aggressive?
Right.
They got your $500 debt for 7 cents on the dollar. And you think they not supposed to have no aggressive manner to try to contact you to get the money? They're going to do that. You just have to use Fair Credit Reporting Acts and agency subtitles against them. And the only way you can do that if you copyright and trademark the name that they're actually coming at you again. So that's some simple free that you can do so you can stop debt collection and put a halt to LNLV because they're very aggressive in their matters when they're trying to collect debt.
Okay, so Starlight says, where's the link for the download? You already said that. Is that USPTO?
Yeah, from the United yes, US United States Patent Trademark Office.
So let me see. We got some more questions here. I think I missed it.
Because you just want to keep everything aligned with the corporation, just do business. When it comes to that birth bond and all that other stuff, that's just another topic in conversation. And you really can't have that conversation if you ain't really a master word assimilation. Word assimilation you don't need for funding. You need to understand what corporation is. Excuse me.
All right, give Harmonious that actual lead study guide. Okay, he wants to know. Okay, you heard us. DM us, and then you'll get the link to go ahead and download the Bank of Elite study guide. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it through Linktree.
Linktree?
Yeah, that's how I'm going to send mine up.
Okay. If the FTC was used to report before your file, what does that mean? How? Now, sorry.
He said if the FTC was used to do what?
To report
your file. Yeah. Then what? What did that mean?
Used for report before.
You did
for your He said for your file. What does that mean now?
It don't mean nothing. It just means that if you use it, you know what I'm saying, just know that the shit ain't gonna work. When you do the FTC identity thing, that don't work, man. There is nothing wrong. And let's just be honest, and I'm talking to y'all in the camera just like y'all talking to me. Man, y'all know that debt, y'all. Why do we be acting like them credit card debts and shit ain't on our credit report like they actually magically appear and shit? You know Capital One yours. You know all on yours. The only issue is now, since if they're charged off, let them stay charged off so they can come off your credit and you file your 1099 cancellation of debt. If they're not charged off and they back past due, get you a 1099-K and start attributing them to the business expense if you can attribute that expense to a business account. But other than that, you know, you just want to align the debt has been charged off with what it been charged off by filing a 1099 cancellation of debt form. In fact, FTC identity, that shit don't work. Next month, the same thing will be back on your credit. So if you did it, it don't mean you hurt your credit or helped it. It just was a stalemate. You just need to go back in and do something else as far as speaking with a live person to get the inaccuracies addressed.
A lot of y'all got some good questions about credit today. Y'all work focused on the credit.
It's a good thing because I got our data furnishing agreement with all 13 credit bureaus, even down in Bradstreet, to report credit on the Metro 2 software. So y'all asking the right person.
Where you get that from?
It was a subscription that my wife signed up for with her law firm to be able to report 2 credit bureaus. It's 13 credit bureaus, so you have a data furnishing agreement, and it costs like maybe $12,000 a month if you don't have over 17,000 or 18,000 customers to report credit to.
Okay.
And then it go to third party. So I have a data furnishing agreement. That's why I know a lot of the stuff I know about credit fencing.
Okay. Now, hold on. Danny says 600 Delaney Street, Alexandria, Virginia, 22314, Patent and Trademark Office.
Right. That's the Patent and Trademark Office where you can go to, and it's the .gov. You just that's how you just beat the creditors from putting your name and attacking your name. Because they under Fair Credit Reporting Acts, they don't supposed to have your capital letter name exchanged to anything because they bought the debt. Don't mean you don't have the original debt. Stop trying to collect from me. That was your goddamn fault that you bought a debt that was already not collectible. What made you think you were going to collect on it if Bank of America wouldn't ever collect on it?
Exactly.
Right. So if they weren't able to collect and you bought it for 7 cents on the dollar, I'm going to get your ass for messing with my name, and then I'm going to file the 1099-C cancellation of debt so the IRS can balance the book. Then when I get that file, I'm going to take that tax form and send it to the credit bureau so they can take that charge off of my damn credit report.
Okay. Run that again real quick, but slower.
Okay. We have to okay, she said a little slower like that.
Slow, not that slow.
Okay, what I'm saying, none of that stuff work, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to just address the
You
inaccuracies.
just gave them the proper way to do it, right? Because everybody's used to going to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, or the FTCRA, or CFPB.
Yeah, right. But you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They are wrong for filing shit against you and trying to collect the debt.
They're wrong, right?
Yeah, they are wrong
They
because
don't
the
get
debt has
permission to
been
do that,
already
right?
bought.
Right.
They don't have permission
Okay.
to do that. That shit is illegal and fraud as a motherfucker.
Right, right.
Under FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting
Yeah.
Acts, these people are acting in fraud because you cannot buy a debt because the debt has to be remain with the person that it was given which it issued to and from. So they can't buy it. And then they bought it for 7 cents on the dollar. This is why they can't buy it. Because the issuing person that sold it to them canceled the damn debt.
Right. And they got their money already.
Yeah, they
right?
already got their money. They got the full balance plus the 7 cents on the dollar.
Right.
And then they're gonna try to come after me. No, sir. If you can collect it from Bank of America, you damn sure ain't getting it from me. Now that I know Bank of America canceled the debt, I'm gonna cancel the debt too with a 1099-C. That cancel the debt. When it get filed and get acknowledged, I'm gonna send that 1099-C to the credit bureaus because they're gonna take the charge off of my damn credit report. So that shit start reporting.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna sue LNLV for trespass because they trespass against copyright infringement against my capital letter name.
Right.
Right. All you need is a copyright and trademark. You ain't got to do nothing. As soon as they see your letter with their name on it. And don't try to use this shit for your bills now. When you get bills in capital letter name, don't think because you copyrighted your name and trademark, AT&T ain't got a right to get the money from you. Because I know a lot of y'all, I can see right now, like, I didn't copyright my name. I'm finna do every bill like that. No. It's just for the charge off, man. And the people that doing collections against the capital letter name. You want to stop a trespass. This is a trespass block.
Okay. Now, Isaac says, well, Shiva says, Isaac Hayes Jr. platform fan base has no sensory and content guard. I think you should use instead of Facebook.
Yeah, we're gonna do that because any suggestions y'all make, we're checking them out. We're doing it over the next 21 days. So on the 21st, I'm gonna file some taxes and then I'm gonna be back in there, y'all to announce it. But over these 21 days, like the next Zoom y'all gonna see, I ain't gonna be on Facebook or TikTok Live, YouTube Live. It's gonna be on Zoom, I think, right, Ms. Nick?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the next one on Zoom so we can start isolating, knowing who's in our group, and I can get to know y'all so I can tell you what you need to do individually for free.
Right.
And then we're gonna come right together as free as individual managing our corporation, and we're gonna attack the bank. And that's called brute force attack. If you know anything about hacking, we're going to attack it. And we're going to spit up interest to us. And when we end up, somebody going to get in there and get funded until all of us do.
All right, so y'all hear that. So the next thing we're doing for the people who bought the book, we're going to do a Zoom. That's going to be like orientation,
right?
Okay, for the class.
Right.
So we're going to put a link. Everybody that will get y'all the link. I have to create the link. So you all can meet us on the Zoom, and we'll let everybody know the date. Most likely, we're going to try to do it by the end of this week.
Yeah. I want to jump on as much as we can with y'all because we got the stuff now. And we're just going to now starting to get in there. We got the curriculum. We got what we needed to make the books, meaning the class successful. Because you got to admit first, before we accept everybody in, we do need study material for you guys to study. Because if we didn't, then it would require me to be there head on. I'm trying to make it to the where I'm there with you, give you the book so you can articulate it in the form where you can get it. And if you need to ask me to help you push you over the edge, I'm already there for you because you halfway know how to articulate and speak to me.
So the book, the people who have the book, they got to download the study guide. For the ones who can't download it,
just tell me your address and I'll send it out to you.
Right, he'll send out the book, okay?
Right, because that's what I would ask you. Right. If you already ordered the book and you're in the group, I'm gonna send it out to your address that we have on file. That'll go out tomorrow, and then if you email it, you'll get it tonight. As far as a drop, right. It's only for people about the book. Cause like I say, I don't want to charge you. So if you buy the book, then I got a way to charge. That keep the scales balanced. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna have to let you in our university class for free because you already paid the token price.
Mr. Rubber Band, did you buy the book?
Yeah, if you bought
the book, then you could download. You get the link. Let them. Everybody needs to give their emails. Inbox us and give us your email.
And then I'll give you the emails of the people who bought it, so you can confirm and match up. You know what I'm saying? Because we have everybody who bought the book.
Yeah, because we need to see because people just be emailing, right?
But but listen, come join the book. You ain't never met a group that you had to just buy a book to join because that's the book you're going to study and decipher. You got to realize this book sold 128,000 copies in 3 weeks. And there hasn't been one group that I've been a part of to break this book down. Then there's been plenty of white paper black ink books on Telegram and Clubhouse, but they all to tell you, man, we ain't got the author in here, it ain't gonna work. So I'm giving you the opportunity to get the book and then have the author of the book into the group with you. so that there is no wrongdoings. We're gonna execute some shit.
Mr. Rubber Band, look above our head. You see it?
Oh,
www.godkisalu.com.
It's right here above this plant right here, fam.
Yeah. Okay, go get the book.
And we're gonna have a way that y'all gonna come down. We're gonna have seminars, events in this building that you see we in now. This is a more than an 80,000 square foot building that we had bought, and we're gonna stretch out the last 20 to make it 100. But this is where we finna be, so that we can give you this stuff without it being outside in the world. So take a chance, man. Take a chance. This is white paper, black ink, and my favorite chapter is 100,000 in 120 days. And then I put 100,000 worth of credit cards in there, but then I put 396,000. See, it ain't 100. If you were to take the same credit cards I put approved for and do the same credit card, they would have to either give you the same ones or give you something lower. But that's a hit for us. I'm giving you the credit card that you need to apply for. I'm telling you how to talk to them and what it's saying, because I don't feel like nobody should lie to you about it, so I ain't got no sale or fluff in the book. The book gonna talk just like I'm talking to you now. And they're gonna have a few run-on sentences and the cuss words in it. The only reason they got that in it because I had to write the books against the machine because the Matrix read it and said he's not teaching. He's ranting and raving. And then they left me alone. So that's how y'all can say, hey man, somebody gonna get him up. They gonna kill him. No, they ain't gonna bother me because they already left me alone. You gotta be harmless as this and wise as that.
All right. Flag Rant Radio says, I have that book from you signed back in 2018.
See that? And he can another person who can attest to it. I haven't been on nobody's lives. I haven't created no mentorships. I had people that bought the book and just patiently waited and did what they were doing on their own without complaints until this day. And I apologize for it taking this day, but now that it has come to this day, people that bought my book, you already grafted into the book. You grandfathered in. These are the people that I say I have to do this for. Not the people that's coming aboard now, but because the people that was already supporting me when I didn't know who I was and my baby Jolie was telling me who I was. So I appreciate you, man, in buying the book. And like I say, anybody that bought the book, if you bought the book, send me your email so that I can validate you with the book as far as my old past people, and then I can get you in the group and then get this study guide downloaded and sent out to you too. And I appreciate you.
I'm speaking, family.
You're right. That's Tuskegee, 46 checking in. You know what I'm saying? Making Cali, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? We can't do no wrong, man. That big 46 in here. You know what I mean? And that's what I was gonna tell people. That's one of the places that I'm giving you in the book that it talks about investing in rural areas. Places like Macon County, Alabama. Places where we can go and build a skating arena, bowling alley. Things you can go down and build subdivision because see, there is no competition in what you're doing. There's only the opportunity for you to do. Then you can go down there, show some people that you're about your business by handling business. And then we're also building the community for the city. And that's one of my goals and some of the things that I'm planning on doing and with this head funded group. So everybody in this group, remember I said it. Y'all gonna be some of the first investors in Tuskegee as a group because I'm gonna make sure of that.
All right, there we have it. Now to wrap it up, y'all. Last question, comment. Harmonious says, I finished reading the book, very informative.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I tried to put it in there, you know what I'm saying, and that you actually have it. You know what I'm saying? There are people back there snapping their fingers, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it. I'm just glad that my book was written in a way that everybody can articulate it without being lied to. And then take it and say, hey man, this brother just didn't lie to me. He told me the truth about everything that I wanted to know without me having to pay an arm and a leg. And I think it should have been like that in the beginning. So now that you done got the book and it became informative to you, let's create an environment where that information becomes powerful to us and we can utilize it in the real world. And that's what we're doing.
All right, there you have it. Now, everybody who bought the book, DM us for the link to the study guide and for the link to fix that. Hold on, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, y'all.
They want us to validate that we still alive, like they don't see us on live.
All right, for those who bought the book, again, DM us, inbox with your email,
right?
So we can send the link.
See what she do when she get the email, we're gonna just cross collateralize it with the showing the books and the order forms, and everybody got it. Make sure that person that got the book and then see the email out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So show them the
it's white paper, black ink, but this is the workbook. This is the 69-page bank of elites study book, work guide that's going to talk to you in 7 to 9 chapters about us doing business, corporation, trust, business law, and then the fact that we have to file taxes and what that's about. With this book, we're going to be able to be a group of people that ain't studying what nobody has or nobody is doing. So from here, I'm giving you this free because, see, I don't need to cost you arm and leg for this. You already bought white paper, black ink. You're going to study this. You're going to get this. And this book was designed as a critical thinking guide to make sure that you retain the knowledge. So that's why it took so long. And that's why we're going to give it to you for free, because you don't need to pay for something that's going to advance you. Let me feed my arm before I charge you. If you don't have the means of downloading, just send us the address. Like I said, we're going to cross-collateralize it with the address that we got on file of a person bought the book. And I'm going to send you this hard copy. You're going to get this one. So you're going to be able to get the hard copy, or you're going to get the digital download. Yeah. Right.
Nah.
Not for this book.
Well, not saying because you got a couple of persons. If you want to ship them out.
And I would. And that's another thing. I would put a charge on y'all for this. But I'm going to tell you something I found out. My creator said that I get enough out of the 200, so I got a few dollars to put y'all in here. I got to be a fisher of men and send this to y'all for free. I got to. So I wouldn't even know how to charge y'all, because I'm going to make sure of that. And then if you want to feel obligated and you say, hey, I want to give you some money and donate something, don't buy white paper, black ink part 2. You buy part 2. You buy white paper, black ink part 2. With the rich and nobody going to tell you, with tax forms in it and stuff like that and examples written in red.
That's good too, y'all.
Every book that I'm going to drop, y'all finna be good. And I need some members who know how to act. What do I need casting? How I do casting call? Like casting call. And then how I casting call y'all?
Oh, we got a business. There's a thing we can use for
we're going to be doing some casting next week. So if you know anybody who act and hold a note, you know what I'm saying, and want to be in the acting, we're in our own studio. We're going to need some books, scripts to get fulfilled. So I want to do some casting call too. So y'all keep that in mind, family.
You're sweating over there.
Oh, I am. Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Sweating all down, my poor brother. Okay, y'all. So, hi, where did we put? Okay, for those that are on TikTok right now, we have a DM.
Yes.
Put it in the inbox. Y'all be inboxing for everything else. Come on now. Y'all know where the inbox is at. Put your email in there so we can send you the link to download the workbook if you already have the other book, okay?
Right.
And also, so we can send you the link to Zoom for your orientation.
Right. She's going to be sending out that and the Zoom link. So y'all just need to handle it. And if you see anything on my page or on the pages that I'm going to be putting up, I'm just joining social media. I'm going to be putting up my assets. Like today, I put up probably like what? Maybe $40,000 worth of liquor on the thing. Louis and liquors that nobody wants to see. These are assets, like wine, that we're storing to use like art to write off debt and get collectors back when I have events. But I'll teach you about that. So like I say, you need to follow my pages so you can stay in tune about what we're doing with financing, because we leverage money over here.
Now give them the pages.
Yeah, we leverage that over here.
Give them the pages.
I had to give it to y'all. Let me go and give y'all. Yeah, I got to pull out my nuts.
Do you have on
YouTube? Yeah. You can go to www.godcasalu.com and then you can actually find out my links, because my links for social media are on the page. And on YouTube, I'm at God Casalu Incorporated. That's GODKISALUINC. At TikTok is at God Casalu, all lowercase, GODKISALU. On Instagram, it's Casalu Inc. KISALUINC. And on Facebook, it's GK, then it's Casalu, KISALU. Like I say, follow me. And I dropped the post. I said, if you comment the Scorpion, that'll let us know if you're ready to own and control everything.
Okay. All right, Starlight. I believe when you get off, you join this live. If you go to our picture up top, it'll give you a message box, and you can press message, and then you can put it in there. Okay.
Put it in there. Direct message them, DM them.
Right. Okay.
But you don't have to put it up here because it's a public platform.
Right. She says she's not tech savvy, but it's not hard.
As soon as you go to her page, you're gonna say message, follow, or something like that. Just hit message. And then take it to a screen that allows you to type a message in.
Okay. All right, y'all. So y'all get ready. Yeah,
and come with the questions, because it ain't no question y'all can't ask that's hard enough for me. Like I'm gonna be able to knock these out of the ball now. So get ready, have your questions, write your stuff down, and be ready to execute.
And that's when we do the Zoom, right?
Right, that's on the Zoom.
I heard them. When you come ready, be prepared.
Right.
Okay? Have your questions ready. Have everything ready. And
because by the night, everybody should have the workbook. So when we attune to Zoom, you're gonna have these books and the workbook. So you're gonna have questions galore.
Okay.
So we should be ready to fight when we do the Zoom. The first Zoom we do, we're gonna be in that box.
All right. Y'all hear that? You know what?
Yeah, you're gonna do it. She's gonna do the Zoom.
Yeah, are y'all ready Thursday, or can y'all do it Thursday?
It don't matter.
Thursday
What's the
night?
day?
Today's Wednesday.
Tuesday. You want to do it Thursday?
Yeah, we can do
All right,
it
we'll do it Thursday. She's gonna send you the links for Zoom on Thursday.
I'll send it to y'all on Thursday. So again, hit us inbox here.
Right, it's gonna be on Thursday, so you require the link from her. She'll set it up tomorrow or the night and get it out to you guys. So they like, where can I find you? And the lady today was jumping up in the store. She was like, it's you, but it ain't you. Not from the page. I was like, oh yeah, that's my queen. She actually put me out there taking care of me. So if you're on her page, you're on the right page. There ain't gonna be one avenue to get to me. I can't let everybody get a hold of me. I know. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna make sure they gonna have to go through you.
Yeah, that's better. We ain't gonna let them get you. Okay, again, I see Starlight. When you look on the top, it should be a message button, okay? So just message. You can message and we'll get the message there.
Right.
And then we'll send those links and then we're going to compare them with what you got. Because I don't want nobody inbox and try to act like they got the book and they don't. Well, no, I ain't happy. I ain't happy. Because I'm a rundown. See, you know what?
See, that's why we're actually going, hey, man, I respect it. I would be happy to send you just on the information and the email alone. We don't have no problem with that, but we're just gonna run something. We're gonna run it structurally. With the book, we're gonna cross-reference emails with the emails that are tagged in for the book. So when you bought the book, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when you bought the book, use the same email you use when you buy the book to register, so that we can actually validate that you bought the book and let you in class. Right. Because I promise, and I hate to be this way, but after that 21st day, August 6th, it ain't gonna be no entry fee or none of that, an availability for people, because it's gonna be already done. Right. I'm actually starting a group, and then I'm giving y'all a deadline to rush people in, because after that I ain't accepting no more members, because the members I got, we finna move forward and become an example.
Right. Because y'all gotta follow that. You heard in 21 days.
I'm not gonna stomp and start because of new people. I'm giving you a chance. If you want somebody to know this, share this shit, spread this shit. Just go ahead and tell these folks, look, man, we have opportunity to do something. It ain't gonna cost us $200. Because if we don't get in here now, we're gonna be left outside.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get in here now and then experience with the benefit, because it ain't cost nobody else to get in but $200.
Okay, there you have it, family. So on that note, make sure y'all inbox us with your emails, people who bought the book, so we can get the study guides to you and the Zoom link.
And then I'm waiting on. I got 14 books to send out. That's how many people probably I'm waiting on to send the books. So if you order the books, I appreciate you. I got it, and I'm gonna send you the confirmation. I don't send out tracking numbers until the books are in my hand, because I didn't want to track it and give you a tracking number and it ain't in my hand, and you be waiting a day or two or a week, and then it ain't there. You tracking it. We're not going through that. I don't have them in my hand because the inventory we had was sold out. We reordered more. They're coming in. When they come in, I get them in my hand. I'm gonna take them and drop them off. They get shipped to you overnight. So you'll get the tracking number that night and probably the book the next day, as everybody else has done. Some shirts then go out, and then the book Influence Manipulate for the 4 orders, those didn't go out. So those are coming, and then some more shirts. So if you didn't get a shirt with your book, you got the book. The shirts will follow up. We're not going to leave anybody out.
Okay. Now, Daddy, please remember me and wife is in different states.
Oh, it's no problem. You know what I'm saying? Email going to log your ass in together. You and wife, man. I'm fucking with you. If you and the wife had to get, I have no right to break up what God joined together. If you and your wife got one book and y'all in here, you in here to study together, fam.
Danny, how you and your wife in different states? Come on, you can't have that. Gotta be with your wife.
It's all good. You might be trucking.
All right, buy the book, black paper, white. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
And then yeah, it's white paper, black ink.
Right,
it's white paper, black ink, The Chains of Abundance. That's the name of the book. This is what the book look like. If it don't have 2 hands, cuffed in chains of slavery, it ain't the real book. On the back of it say, keeping us has no benefit, killing us is no loss. And then my key when I was going against the Matrix, and I had to tell them that it wasn't called birth bond, it was called something else, but I couldn't just say that. I had put it on the side of the book. It's called Exemplification from Record. That's what starts off the corporate sovereignty. Uncle Sam ain't gonna give you a record that's worth millions of dollars on the Secretary of State if you don't have one on the Secretary of State making you $100. This is what it's called. Exemplification from records. It's on the side of the book, people. That's what it's called. It's not birth bond. It's not called long burn. It's not at the birth record department. None of that. So this book is what you're looking for. This book is going to be your answer and truth. And then I'm going to just guide you along the way because I'm going the same way myself.
All right, there you have it. Okay, somebody, I got my book. I got my T-shirt.
Yeah, see, somebody got their birthday, got the T-shirt. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
like I say, it was by inventory. So what we had on hand, we was able to fulfill that by orders. And I appreciate y'all for ordering that and the T-shirts. You don't think I'm gonna stop?
Book today.
Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's still coming in. We mailing people stuff and they getting it out, and I appreciate that though.
Yakadam Israel.
Yeah,
make sure you inbox us so we can get the link.
Yeah, Israel. I spoke with him.
Okay.
Yeah. He good people. They got their book and shirt, but like I say, I'm meeting and talking to everybody that bought the book. So if you bought the book, they're gonna say, "Hey man, I bought the book. I got a call from." So I'm gonna call everybody who bought the book so that I can actually speak to you. Because never in life have you spoke to an author of a book you bought.
All right, Shiva, do me a favor. Follow us. If you follow us, then you can send a message. We'll accept your message. So you have to follow us, okay?
It is. And if you having any problem, just go to this website up there and click contact and fill out the contact form with your name and number, and we'll get in touch with you, Queen. So that way I can actually just come back and talk to you.
All right, Shiva, you heard that. So you can go to the website anyway because you got to get the book.
Right.
You got to get the book if you want to come in. So go to the website, get the book, and then, like he said, you can go to the website and you can do the contact form, okay?
Right. Yeah, you get clothes, you get 2 branded shirts, you get the T-shirts, you get the book, and the book is gonna be the truth, because like I say, it's just like me talking. I wrote it how I spoke. I spoke it like I wanted somebody to just tell me the truth and don't sell me nothing.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Receive my book and shirt, waiting on study guide and link. Okay, just make sure you DM with your email.
Right, appreciate you.
Okay. All right, y'all. So.
And if y'all been sending them inboxes and stuff, they have been screenshotting and making sure that I get it. So everybody who has been getting in contact with Ms. Nikki and Baba, they have been transferring the information to me, and I have everything in order.
All right, there you have it. Okay, you already have the book, so go ahead and go to his website and do the contact form since you can't get in here.
Right, okay? And when y'all ordering the book, please put accurate phone number, email, and address for shipping.
Right.
Because I done had 4 books returned because of a person having the wrong dress and it was sent here. So you don't have to do all that private sovereign mail and shit. We're not sending secret packages by the CIA. You can just get this in the mail. Just give me an address, people, please. Just simple, just like we taught in school. Just write the name, dddress, and the city, state, zip code, and I'll get it to you. Oh, but the lady who was talking shit about it, she got her book the next day. She didn't even check her email. She got the email the day she was talking shit. She didn't check her email. She called and apologized. She was like, man, I'm sorry. The email was in there during the live. I didn't check it. So, you know what I mean? And then she went back the next day. She got her book and the shirts.
Yeah, she had to say sorry because she was trying to say he was scamming.
Right. I
know nobody's scamming.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that to you. And then it's about a book that I actually wrote. If you mean to tell me if it can't push this on the show, I'd rather go and print this book out at FedEx King Code and ship it to you before I scam you for $200 and not you get the book. I will print the book because it's not going to cost me $200 to print. So you don't have to worry about that. I apologize for any delays in shipping, but you're guaranteed to get the book. And you're going to get it before this class starts, I promise you that.
You know, before we wrap it up, family, since we stayed over, let's just go over your other books. Because you're selling those other books now, right?
Correct.
All right, so share with the new people that just came in real quick. Since we got a few minutes, share with them the books there are other books, because y'all, he got a lot of good books. Y'all think this one is good, he got some more. So share with the people real quick.
White Paper, Black Ink, Part 2. After I spoke to everybody and told them what it was in white paper, they wanted to actually have the execution part. They wanted to see it. They wanted the explanation, the structure. So I put in here the execution of it with the proper form. So every form that I talk about in this book has the form, and it has the forms filled out. This book is called The Plan.
Part 2.
Right. What rich people and nobody will tell you. Right. That's That's it right there. This white paper ink, black ink part 2.
You have that on your website?
Yes.
Okay.
This right here was what you would need when you say, hey, I want words. I want to know what's it, man. Teach me Kasalu. Then in red, I wrote in here my words so that you see when it says wrote in red, I want y'all to see that. When it's wrote in red, that's me talking. That ain't the machine. That's me talking. That means, look, you need to stop, think, and then articulate what I'm telling you right now. So that's this book.
Y'all hear that? The red means he's talking.
Right.
They gotta pay attention.
Right. I ain't want to holler about my little brother Jesus, Israel, Jesus, as you call him, Emmanuel. You know what I'm saying? When he talking is in red. But I'm trying to tell you, y'all getting pieces of the second gospel here. They don't call me nothing for God for nothing, now. You know? And this book, an adult book. See that? That one there's for adults. Financial literacy, owning nothing, controlling everything. Damn phone. This one right here is for the kids and teens because I need them to know how to own nothing, control everything too. But in this book is investing, budgeting, things of that nature so we can teach them how to go in the bank. I'm not teaching and giving it away. I'm making sure that my children know it because I ain't teaching them or nothing that I don't want them to know. See, I don't give them what I didn't have. I'm teaching them what I don't know. And I don't know certain things. And I make sure they have it with this book. This book is for the adults. Now, I done had people buy this book as an adult, and then they children read this one. They go back and read this one, and they buy it for themselves. I don't write books, and I don't form people to buy them. These people come back on their own because of the information that's divulged in there. It's easy for them to articulate. So these 2 books are for what I have also for us to study too.
Okay. So you got one for the kids.
Right.
One for the adults.
And I got this one right here is called SMILE. That stands for Subconscious Machine Interface Learning Environment. I have to talk to you about your ego. See, you don't know that ego and emotions have intelligence. And until you acknowledge that, you're going to continue to be manipulated. That's the whole reason I want you to learn how to be manipulated or the manipulator. Because you got to learn how to master yourself. And you're being manipulated by your own emotions. Until you identify that, you can't see a future without somebody else controlling you emotionally. That's what that book is about. Now, one I want to holler at y'all about is these 2. This is a script so that I'm going to do in casting out. I already done. This is a real strong novel. I think I'm going to be very proud of this one. But this book here is what I'm proud of. It's called I Wrote the Devil and He Wrote Me Back. When my wife got taken from me, my son got taken from me, my grandfather got taken from me, a lot of people in death that I was experiencing for the first time, I didn't know how to get an answer from nobody. And I knew spiritually I could talk to the spirits. I knew how to talk to the ancestors. So I put it in the book, 30 Days of Conversation, about what I thought I was here to learn. And in them 30 days, I had a chance to speak with the Shadim, which I would call ancient spirit, and the Kodesh, which I would call the Holy Spirit. I have to talk to these spirits in names of Hebrew, original names. And in the original names of conversation, you get that conversation in this book. So these are some of the things that I'm most happy and proud about because
wait. Go back again. What do you get out of that book right there? Say that again.
I get the truth. I get the answer. You know what I mean? I get the answer out of this.
Say book. That title again, because that touches me.
I wrote the letter. I wrote a letter to the devil, and he wrote me back. And it's the truth, because no man could give me the answer what I wanted to know when it came to death. But I knew I could talk to the spirits. I knew I could talk to the ancestors. So why wouldn't I do that? That is not being cocky. That isn't being bold. That is just having audacity because of the pain I was feeling. Now that audacity could have got me hurt. I'm just glad that it did. And then
why you say the devil?
Because y'all call him that. That's how y'all articulate him. But his name is ego. See, the names that y'all call him in English isn't the names that they summon by.
Okay.
So in order for me to say, hey, I wrote a letter to my ego, you wouldn't have bought the book.
Right.
But since I told you I wrote a letter to the devil, it gives you the curiosity. Hey, I know what the devil is. Let me go ahead and see what that book speaks on.
That was smart.
No, a little something.
Yeah, that's real smart.
No,
okay.
I didn't know what else to do after my wife got taken from me and my son passed. So of course it was gonna make me turn spiritual. I could have became the Antichrist or step back and write the second gospel for y'all. So I just chose not to make a choice. You know what I mean?
So you didn't make a choice. So you could have became the Antichrist or write the second gospel.
Right. You could take,
And you chose not to do nothing.
I chose to
explain that to the people.
Because if you're dealing with the spirits, when you make a choice, then you already fucked up because you're not that powerful, strong, or insightful, and mindful.
Okay.
Why call on the spirits if you're not going to let them guide you and listen to them? Your answer is foolishness to them. That's the whole reason you have to contact them.
Right.
So I had to relinquish any thought of myself or what I was doing and just get out of emotion. And out of the pain, because of my name and being a family member of Job, and the things that happened to me, I could have been the Antichrist. Because I was going to fuck the world up by what y'all took from me. Because nobody take nothing from me. I don't lose. And you end up taking something from me that was taken by her biological daughter, so I didn't know how to react. There was nobody I could hurt. Her biological daughter pulled the plug on her. And then my son, he was in the head-on collision accident a few days after his birthday, and there was nobody for me to blame up. So a lot of this stuff was humbling me to the point where I had to go back to my ancestors and find out, I'm here to ask them, I need to show you how to experience the suffering for 5 minutes instead of suffering from that experience for 5 years. Because it's gotten us to the point where we don't know how to pray to self.
Right.
We look into the sky when God is already calling out inside of us. So that's where that book came from. And I wrote a letter to the devil. It was not words. I wrote a letter to the devil. It was in hum and the scene and the tunes. Words came later. You can't contact the spirits with words because you're talking English. So I had to use hum and spells and sounds to attract the energy I needed. And then those spells, when I use those energies and those sounds, turned to words that I can articulate back to you. So I didn't talk to him in the form of I wrote him a letter. I approached him in the form of me humming in seclusion. Now, out of that seclusion in 30 days, you get to read the words.
Okay. All right.
And
So
let me show you. I'm gonna show you my signature, man. They say I did. Was it a contract? And there's always a contract that he offer you. You see that? That's an actual contract.
Okay.
The covenant of the eternal. And then there's a promise. So he wrote me back and told me about playing with him. And then that promise, you think I signed? Think I signed my name? Yeah. Yeah, I did. So go see what I signed up for. Go see if I sold my soul.
Now for people's heads who that's going to go over, explain that to them. Because they were like, why you sign with your blood?
Because, see, there's nothing else that's real. And that's a signature. That's a handprint. Well, what else would I sign with? You don't sign with no signature because out of ignorance do you sign. You create value with your signature. I'm trying to sign a promise. Because I promise to do such and such and such and such and be devoted to such and such because of the information that they're giving me. So that was the actual, boom, a handprint of my solemn promise to myself. No more would I believe that the devil and the God is outside of the world where he has resided in me all my life. It's just trying to acknowledge him. Or acknowledge them and let them have rules of engagement.
Okay. All right. There you have it, y'all. So where can they get all these books at? Tell them
on the website, right above the plant, www.godcasalu.com. I'm ready for the download too, so I can get in here with y'all.
Okay.
You know, this is fun, man. You know, being able to being able to goddamn teach people and talk to people and stuff like this. You know, I don't know how to sell myself, so I think I'm doing a good job. I appreciate y'all. You know,
he lying, y'all.
I don't.
He lying. He said he don't know how to sell it, so you just sold yourself.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. I'm a rattlesnake with a toothache.
Don't be a rattlesnake with a toothache.
I'm gonna bite some.
Look now, he know how to sell. Look, y'all, he did a good job. Right? But for any of those books, you can look up top. God Casalu. That's GODKISALU.com.
Right.
Be sure to go to the site. When are those other books going to be available? Or are they available already?
No, they're available on the site right now.
Okay.
Right. They're available on the site. The only books that ain't available on the site is the script and the workbook. Do y'all not see? I'm not even putting the Bank of Elite website, the book we'll study, I'll study God. That's not even going on the website.
Okay.
Nobody's going to have this. Okay. When I tell you I got this stuff directly from the firm and then articulated from them and got permission from them to give it to you, it was over with. Ain't nobody else going to study this. I hope nobody get in the group to get the book and then go start selling their own processes. Because you're going to have to come back to me anyway. But I just tell you, it's that deep. That book is that deep that you'll be able to go off and facilitate and start your own shit with.
Don't do that, y'all. Y'all don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that.
Right.
Because you know
you're going to have to come back to me. I'm just telling you, warn before disaster. You got to come back over
going to bring you right back to him.
Right. And what I gave you was organic. You're going to go and try to mix it with some processed food. It's going to kick back.
We ain't doing none of that. Y'all have gratitude, be righteous, and you shall get blessed, okay? Right. And that's the word from the ancestors I'm giving y'all.
Right. Hey, share the video. Share the live. It don't.
Yeah,
I know
right.
a lot of people don't want to share and all this, have this stuff attached to their page. Man, share it to your story. Don't share it to your page. If you don't believe in that much, share it to your state.
That's
Share it
right.
to your page. Share it to your story. But do either one. Comment, because see, we talking to the algorithm there. If you gave us 10 minutes or 25 minutes of your time, brother, go ahead and share it to your story. Don't keep it on your page so we won't cloud up your page. If you feel humble enough to have us on your page, share it to your page.
That's
But
right.
just beat the algorithm by the share button. All the other stuff is cool. Even if you send it to me in a text message, shit, share it.
All right. Nope. 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 No.
Nah, he just said what's good about you.
Oh yeah, that was a
How
live
you
thing.
doing?
My boy Trey line on the building. You know what I'm saying?
How you
Yeah,
doing?
man.
How you doing?
Looking forward to working with you,
Because we
man.
gotta go, y'all. Because otherwise we'll be up here. UCC, I love you. I really, really do. But guess what? You not keeping us on here for another whole hour. So
Hey,
what
hey,
you gonna
UCC man,
do?
we got the book, fam. So we
Right.
got the
Tell them
study
about
guide.
that.
We got the study guide for the curriculum, and it comes with multi-choice A and B. This is right here is gonna make sure you retain the knowledge that you got from white paper, black ink, and then you can also execute what you read from me. This is it, man, and I'm gonna be happy to link up with you, man, and work with you, boss.
So UCC, make sure you
Yeah,
email him
right,
so he can send you the link to download the book.
right. So we can stay in
Okay.
touch, fam.
And also we can send you a link to do the Zoom on Thursday night.
Right.
Okay. But I love you.
Right.
But I just know you're gonna ask 100 questions, so we gotta go.
And everybody,
We gotta go.
I sent out the client intake agreement. I hope that you put your attributes on there. I'm looking for people to partner with, bond with, take with, buy stuff with. I need your skills. If the world was dying tomorrow and you had to go to the bunker, but you couldn't get in unless you had a set of skills, tell me your skills. I need the skills. I need to know what you're good at. I need to know how to corporately get you funded. So when we send out the client intake agreements, don't be shy. Fill out the answers, put your budgets so that we can get back into you and show you what we're going to do as a group.
All right, there you have it, family. Well, been nice, right? Thank y'all for tuning in again. For those who have the book, we'll see you on Thursday on Zoom. Make sure you put your emails in, either or through the website or through here. And we'll see y'all soon again. I don't know. We'll figure out when we're going to do another live, but for the most part, meet us in Zoom for your orientation.
Right. And then for the we'll be back Thursday with the Zoom live. Right. So tonight, y'all will get your books. Tomorrow, y'all will get the Zoom links that she's going to create and set up for you guys to come to.
Okay. Thank you, family. You're welcome, Jake.
All right. Appreciate you.
Y'all have a good night. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here because I'm hot, I'm hungry, and
yeah, she look good on the camera. She hot, hungry, and looking good back here, man. Y'all send in your donations, man. You know what I mean? For the hot, hungry, and fun, man. Go on, get in here, man. We hot and hungry, man. We need a hungry fun, man.
Look, y'all, my stomach is about to touch my back right about goddamn now because I'm that hungry.
That's a power. Okay? That's a look.
Right?
Oh, so we got thumbs up. So I guess we leave it here. Again, we got to go to have a business lunch. See what I'm saying? We can go out, we can eat together. All of us in here got corporations. Then I can take up the tab because they write it off as a business expense. See how life grand?
That's right.
Right, because it didn't cost us to go out.
Black Camille, before we hang up, go look above us right there. Look above the plant. You see the website? You can go right there and go on the website and then get that information, okay? Right? So on that note, we're going to say obrigado. Obrigado. That means goodbye, y'all. I love y'all.
All praises be to Allah.
Okay? And he said all praises be to Allah. What? Say it again?
All praises be to Allah.
All praises be to Allah. I love Allah too. Don't get it confused.
All right.
All right. Don't get it confused, y'all.
Right.
Okay. Right. So, lessons.